clean our brush with odorless paint thinner, shake off the excess, and just beat the devil out of it.
Hey there ghouls and creeps, I'm Brit, and welcome to my channel where we do spooky, DIY, home, and lifestyle content all year long. One project that I found myself repeatedly pinning on Pinterest is the thrifted ghost painting trend, which truthfully I've had my reservations to do this project just because it's been done, well, a lot. So in an effort to make this video different from the rest, I thought it would be fun to do a hybrid where I follow a Bob Ross tutorial and then pair it with this trend. With that said, we have a lot to get into today, so I'm gonna hand it over to Painting Brit. Hey everybody, we're here. We have all our supplies set up. We have our canvas on our easel. We have the video queued. We're watching season 26, episode 2 of Bob Ross, so let's get into it.
Certainly glad you could join us today. Let me show you what I've got done up here. And I've covered the entire canvas with a very, very thin, say that again, thin coat of the liquid white. So the canvas is all wet and it's slick and it's ready to go.
So we need to do our white layer really quick before we get started with painting. And I think I have good coverage, so let's continue on to the next step.
Very, very simple. Just a fun little sky, little Indian yellow. See there? Now that color is continually mixing with the liquid white that's on the canvas. All right, without cleaning the brush, I'm just going to go into a little bit of yellow ochre. It's sort of a gold color. We'll go right above that. Just a little, just a little. About like that. And then just blend them together. Now then, now I'm going to clean the brush. Going to clean the brush, and we clean our brush with odorless paint thinner, shake off the excess, and just beat the devil out of it. We have more fun cleaning the brush. It's just unreal. Let's go right into midnight black.
Okay, let's do the yellow and the ochre before we get into black. See how this goes. Okay, I'm gonna see where he put the yellow on the canvas before I do this. Okay, can already tell that my yellow is a whole lot brighter than his yellow, but we're gonna go with it. Yeah, I think he's about like halfway up on the canvas with the yellow. I'm guessing this is gonna be the horizon line later. If this is uneven, there's probably gonna be a dark color going in. And then I do my ochre. So that does not look blended at all. I'm gonna add some water, but not a lot of water. I don't want it to run. Okay, that looks better. Let's continue onward with the black.
I'm going to take a little black and just gray the sky on top. And if we're real careful, we can bring it right down into the yellow, right where they join, without ending up with a bright green sky. See, just let them sort of blend together gently, like that. There. That's all there is to it. Now then, we can take that same old brush, and maybe there's a little cloud that lives right there. See, there he is, little stringy cloud. He just sort of hangs out right there. Maybe he's got a little friend right there. Tell you what, maybe there's another one over here. I don't know. I don't know. This piece of canvas truly is your world.
Okay, let's do the sky. I don't think I have quite the right shade of blue, so I might mix some of my black and my blue together to get more of this midnight. We're gonna make this color a little bit truer to what Bob has. This is a whole lot darker. I add a little white. Let's see if we can make this a little toned down here. I mean, his is like more blended. We're just gonna do our clouds. Right down here. And another one, like here-ish. I'm supposed to take a dry brush and just blend. I feel like my colors are too concentrated. This yellow isn't blending quite as nicely with the Definitely more blended. That's a better look. Bob makes it look easy, which I figured this was going to be the case. Okay. For the sake of not making it muddy, we're just gonna move on to the horizon line.
Take alizarin crimson and sap green, and about equal parts. Now you can take it to either side. You can take it to the green side or to the reddish side, depending on your mood or the effects you want to create. Doesn't matter, it's up to you. You decide. Today, I'm just going to have it a nice brown. Okay, I'm going to wipe the old knife off here. We just wipe the knife on an old paper towel. We just use a little 1-inch brush and go right into a little of that brown. Just going to use it for a little background color. Maybe I'll put a little black with it, darken it. There. Ooh, that's nice. And maybe back in here, let's just use little X's, and maybe there's going to be some little trees that live far away. So I'm not looking for a lot here except very basic little shapes. See, just sort of scrub them in. We don't care. This is your world, and you can do any old thing here. There, something about like that. Just let it go. I want to add a little more black down at the base because I want it to be a little darker. Indicate there's some shadows down there. Gotta have a place down here for all my little animal friends to hide and to relax.
This is so funny. All that blending that I accomplished, I'm gonna end up covering. So he did it a little bit below that top cloud, and the bottom cloud's pretty much covered. And we kind of have some that goes down here. And then he was talking about black along the base for all the animals to hide. Let's see, how does this look? Looks interesting. Add the black. How am I looking? It looks darker down here. That's a good sign. Okay, I think we might call that good. Move on to the next step. See what Bob has to say.
Make a nice green here. So we got green, little yellow ochre here and there. I'm going to probably hit a little Indian yellow, maybe even a little bright red now and then. And red and green make brown, so I use red as a duller. If I want to dull the green, then that's what I use. Let's go up here. Now then, just go in here and just tap in the indication of some beautiful little things that are happening far, far away. See there? And vary the colors a little bit. We don't want a lot of detail. These are supposed to look like little trees that live far away.
Go in with white paint and try to see if I can cover up this stuff on the side. Might let this dry a little bit and then keep adding white periodically to it. The thing about painting is you can't mess it up. You can always go back and paint over it. Okay, so we are doing blue and yellow to mix some green. Hoping this looks better farther away. Because this looks questionable up close. How far down do I go? Might be going too far. I think the trick is to not get it muddy looking. This might not look too bad. Does it look like Bob's? No, but make some more brown like we did before. See if I can dab it out. Dab it out. All right. What do you got for us, Bob? Let's do it.
Take a liner brush, just a very small amount of that little brown color that we used. There. See, just a little bit. Okay, let's go up in here. Now, here and there and there and here, I'm just going to put the indication of a few little trunks and stems and all those things that live in trees.
Okay, let's do our trunks here. Did I just put my elbow in paint? I don't think so. I think I'm good. All right. Whew. Don't overdo it, Bob says. All right, on to the next step.
Go into the brown and the black. A little bit of sap green here and there just to give it a little greenish hue. Okay, let's go up in here. Let's make some big decisions in our world. Maybe there lives some land right here. Well, if I don't quit, I'm going to have the whole canvas covered up. But that's okay. I'm going to dip the brush into the least little touch of the liquid white. We dip it in the liquid white only to thin the paint. Be right back. Get a little green, a little sap green. Ooh, that's pretty. Well, let's go up here. Now then, we're going to have a nice little feel. We just begin coming right in here and think about the lay of the land, or how the land flows. I'm just going to sort of dance it back and forth between all the different yellows.
All right, Bob. Okay. Make more brown with green and red. It's kind of dark. Let's see. This dryer. This is getting to be a mess. I might just do some straight green, just see what this looks like. I don't mind this green. Makes my horizon pop. Go in with the dark green, give it depth. Let's see, I think next step is the cabin. Let's get into that.
So I'm just going to scrape out a basic shape here. I'm going to have a little barn back here. It's just a nice place to have a little barn. Scrape out a basic shape with a knife, just so you have an idea where you're going. I'll go right into that brown color I made from the, brown was made from sap green and alizarin crimson. See, think about the basic shape of your old barn. Now we can go up here, doop, doop, and just begin putting some color in. I'm gonna make that a little bit brighter, a little more white. And I'm just gonna let the knife sort of bounce. See there? Now over here, almost nothing.
Okay, so I think it's like here-ish. So... Okay, so I'm gonna make more brown. Might be some touch-ups happening on mine. Like, how do you do perspective with... red. Morning. It's officially day 2 for this project. I got about halfway through the tutorial and then I had to stop for the day. So yeah, let's review where we left off last time. This is what we have so far. I'm pleased with how the sky turned out. The blending turned out great. I was a little bit worried about the blue and the yellow mixing too much and creating like a green hue, which did not happen luckily. So that looks great. The trees in the background I'm really pleased with too. I love the coloring so far, but I think I'll also add like a little bit of yellow and orange and red in here to give it more fall vibes. We got the horizon line established, which is looking pretty good. Because I'm not a wizard like Bob, I had to go in with a fine tip brush and add more detail to the barn because doing it solely with a palette knife wasn't in the cards for me with my skill sets currently. One day I'll be able to paint a barn with a palette knife, but at this point I need the assistance of a fine tip brush. And I think there's like an addition that Bob adds right here, which we'll get into first thing. And I think there's also a fence he adds here, with bigger trees here in the foreground. So let's get into it. All right, Bob.
We get a little more of that brown. There. Give him a little shed. Put some sides on it. Back to our little roof color. See how easy it is? Now then, we can come right in here and just do a barnectomy. Sort of figure out where we think everything should live. Work on our perspective. See there? Now we need a door. We're gonna have old cow living in there. We need a door. There it is. Come across a little bit of light color on the knife. We'll sort of outline that door a little bit so it stands out. You can see it better.
Okay, let's finish up our barn. Get my palette knife. Do this one. Get some of this brown. So it's like right here. get my perspective in here correctly. There Bob goes again, making this look easy. Go in and define this a little bit better. Come back in a little bit. I don't know if I wanted to go quite that far over. That's the nice part about acrylic is you can go back and forth since the paint dries quickly. All right, how's that look? Can't really tell. I'll get up and look. Yeah, I think that works. Let's add the door. Do some minor touch-ups here. Not too far off from what we need. Yep, I think that's it. Let's move on to the path.
We need a little path. We'll take a little of that brown and white. Let's just put a little path in here. There. Little path so there's a way to get in and out. Shoot, if we got a cow here, we need to contain her somehow. There. We'll put a little fence right up here. Maybe the fence goes right about there. Maybe it comes right up here. I don't know. I can take just the heel or the back of the knife and just cut right through there, either direction, and make the indication of some wire on there. It'll scratch through and just let a little canvas show.
Okay, let's add our path and our fence. I think I might use a dry brush. Yeah, I don't mind it. Okay, I'm gonna see how far back he did his fence. All right, so it's not too far. It's like down here. Okay. I mean, I think I have the wrong technique. Yeah, I don't think I mind it. Okay, this is the part I'm worried about. Am I gonna regret doing white? It's not the way Bob did it, but I like it. All right, let's see what Bob has for us now.
Put some more of that brown and black color underneath here. As I say, see if you're in a big hurry, you can just paint it on. It doesn't make any difference. I usually like to tap it on though, because it, once again, gives you a lot of practice using the brush. We said we were going to have a big tree over here, and we left a big hole. So we'll have a big tree. We'll take the old 2-inch brush and tap in some basic shapes. This old tree, maybe there's a group of trees. Let's have a group. A whole big family of trees live back here. There. wherever. And down toward the base, I'm going more into the black. I want to get darker, darker down here, indicate shadows. There, something about like that. Then I'm gonna come right over here and pull one side through a little bit of that lighter color. So there is a little difference in the color. One side's a little lighter than the other. I know it's hard to see, but it is a little lighter. We said our light was coming from the left. We want that lighter side on the left. And there's not a whole big difference in there, but a little. And I just want to put the indication of some little things that live way back in there. And here and there, I'm just going to put the indication of a few little arms that are on some of these little trees back in here.
Okay, so we gotta fill in this down here and this here with some brown, dark brown. Do equal parts red and green with a little bit of black. This black goes a long way. Might reevaluate this color later, but this will be a good base. I want to see what his shape looks like here. Okay, so he actually pretty much goes all the way to the edge of the fence here. And it kind of goes over. We're gonna try doing this with this brown. So we're just doing
yeah, we can just use a nice old 2-inch brush here. Grab a little sap green there. Ooh, that's nice. Up in here, just use the corner of the brush. Put the indication here and there and here of some leaves that live out here. Put a little one right there. Something like that. Back to my brush here that we were using to make some little grassy areas. We'll put in a little, maybe there's a little hill right there. There, just vary the colors a little bit and just work in layers. Let all these little things happen. Okay, over in here.
And now we're gonna add green.
Let's load a fan brush full of black and that brown that we made from crimson and sap green.
Which he added what?
Fan brush is full of color. Big decision. Maybe it starts right here. You know, maybe this old tree had some rough days and he's got some crooks. Maybe we'll give him a big arm here. We had a little bit of brown and white mixed up here already. Just touch it and sort of let the knife just bounce, barely touch it. And go up in here and make the indication of some limbs and sticks and stuff that live right out in here.
Sap green.
So let's just make our path come right on out.
It's yellow.
Right on out through the painting.
I think he added some ochre as well. And a little bit of red to dull it. Okay, we're gonna look at this and see if we can replicate what he has. After finishing up Bob's tutorial, I then took a photo of the completed painting and opened it up in Procreate to sketch out the spooky elements I wanted to include, as well as their placement. Once I finished up my sketch in Procreate, I sketched all the spooky additions on my canvas in pencil. Wowee, this project was a journey, but now I can say that I painted along with Bob Ross and got a pretty cool painting out of it too. If you enjoyed this video or you've been around for a minute, please consider sharing it with a friend. Also, liking, commenting, and subscribing. Let me know that you love what you're watching. Thank you as always for visiting my creepy craft corner of the internet and for watching till the end. Now let's see those final shots.